Hello everybody, happy Friday. I hope you're doing very well. We made it through our first week back at work. But as promised, I have my favourite shirts that I added to my collection last year. I actually really enjoyed doing the preparation for this video. It's not often do I get my shirts out and put them all in one place and get to see them. It's certainly sort of restoked the motivation for buying more football shirts and adding to the collection there. I started off wanting to do 10 because, simple enough, I couldn't do 10. It's not even like it was like 15. I have 20 here. It really could have been 30. As you can see from behind me, possibly some of the boxed ones I'm missing because they're involved in this list here. But I still have plenty of boxed ones which I could have added. Arminia Bielefeld limited edition shirt, Fortuna Dusseldorf limited shirt, Köln limited shirts. These are shirts that come in boxes, are very, very nice, quite rare, but didn't find themselves in the top 20. I also didn't want to have everything a boxed shirt because that's not the be-all and end-all, though obviously I do appreciate it. So yeah, reality is, it's not really a real true ranking of 1 to 20. These are just 20 great shirts. Some of them you might think are better than others. That's great. If you have any of them, I think you did a great choice because these are... Honestly, if these were the only 20 shirts I had last year, I would have been exceptionally happy. Now, I do, of course, have some shirts still to open that I bought last year, and there would be some in there that would replace some here. That tells you how good some of them I'm going to show you are coming, because these are all really, really smart. So let's just jump into it. I'm going to stop waffling now, and I'll give you a sort of a brief overview. If you've watched my videos all year, you'll be familiar with these. If you just landed on this, this gives you an idea of the sort of things that I like to buy. So, I've got them all hung up. In 20th, we have the Hanover 96 Blackout Edition shirt. This is a limited edition shirt. This is number 797 of, I think it was effectively 1896, the year of the club's founding. It's a relatively simple design. It's a blackout. I think, in fact, possibly this was the first true blackout shirt that I added to my collection. It's nice. It's simple. It wasn't, I mean, look, it was 79.96, what a random number, euros plus the shipping. I think this was actually one of the simpler shirts. I bought it directly from the club, I'm pretty sure I did. So yeah, that's a pretty decent start, pretty cool. People like blackout shirts, though some people are starting to get a bit worn of them. Now we have one that I showed you very recently, and it's the Fluminense third shirt from 2023, current season that's just finished. Of course, associated now with the winners of the Copa Libertadores, and this is inspired by a man down there. This is a Samba themed shirt with his lyrics emblazoned across the front and the back there. Lovely colour scheme, has a bit of pink. I realise I've not really added many pink shirts to my collection. I had one which was effectively a Christmas gift from 2022 that I showed you in 2023, Tenerife shirt, but other than that, it's been a bit lacking in that respect, so I kind of had to throw a little bit of pink in there, and that's where I landed on. Okay then. Next we have this one, St. Gallen. It's the Espen on Tour. It's their pre-season shirt from a season that's currently ongoing right now, and it was a limited shirt release, and it has this quite cool graphic on the bottom there, which shows the hills of the Gallen region there. I had to buy this one with help from my friend in Switzerland. The reason why some of these shirts are here, because it's not just purely because of design, it's not purely because of rarity, it's because of how difficult some of them had to acquire. Some of them have had to have intermediaries help me out, which I'm always, always very helpful and appreciative. It's a simple design other than the graphic on the front there, but it also helps the fact that it replaced a pretty terrible St. Gallen shirt that I had. So that was a sort of two birds with one stone. Now we're going to see a few Italian shirts back to back. And now we have Spezia. This is a very, very bright coloured shirt. It has a pastel theme though. It's almost like they are bright, but it's the yellow that stands out most, for these other colours being a little bit more pastel colour. Spezia shirts are usually relatively plain, or have been, in my opinion, sort of white or black. So when this one sort of popped up, I knew I had to add it to my collection. This was bought directly from the club store. Comes with the sort of siliconed Serie A patch. And it's just, yeah, it was one that was sold out for a period, and I was hoping I was going to grab it, and then it became a little bit more available around my birthday time, which is March, and that's when we showed it for. So, yeah, that was a pretty cool shirt like that. Now, one of the major shirts from Italy last season, and it's Roma. Roma I mean, you've seen the shirts they released this season with Adidas, beautiful shirts. I wouldn't have been upset to add any of those to it, but this one was quite popular because of the crest. And it's only on the stadium version. The player version doesn't have this because you can only have one crest. But it's got the holographic. It goes between the current one and one from a previous year where it just has the letters. I do like a simple crest. And it's pretty cool design in general. This one is actually... I think you can still buy it on classic football shirts. I had to buy it from somebody because I thought it was going to be one that was just going to be sold out and I was never going to get. But here it is. There are some other Roma shirts that I probably would prefer to get from seasons before with Nike, but here we are. Italy once again, and we've seen Roma, so why not Lazio? And yes, this is their anniversary shirt. It's for the Coppa Italia victory. It's black and gold. It's a very common colour theme when a team wants to release something special. It works every single time. Mitsuno manufactured. Not many of those have I got. And yes, if you watch the video, I have 2 of these. They sent me 2. I paid for 1 and I got 2. I was really, really lucky because it wasn't a cheap shirt either. It was like €100. So yeah, that was just a beautiful shirt, black and gold. And whilst I have it, it comes, of course, in this lovely presentation box, which is got a little magnet on. There's nothing really much else going on. But yeah, that was a nice addition. Next we have this one. Deportivo La Coruña. We've seen blackout shirts. Well, this is a blue out shirt. This is their ecological shirt that they released to show awareness for unnecessary wastage of things. So they released a brand new shirt for it. A little bit silly, that, isn't it, to be honest? But I had to buy it. Again, it was limited to a specific number. Also came with an NFT, which I haven't done anything with. Bought directly from the club store. Not many of these floating around. And just the fact that it was a blue out, I thought that was quite an interesting one. Kappa have had a very good year. Speaking of Kappa, Vasco 2022 third shirt. I think this is my oldest shirt of the ones I'm going to show you here. Shirt of the year for a lot of people. Now, the only thing for me, there's no sponsor on it, but I do let it slide occasionally when the shirt is so beautiful, which this is definitely one of those occasions. Brazilian football have some of the best football shirts. In fact, some of the best football shirts I have in my collection are the Brazilian teams. It's got this cream, this vanilla with the gold trims. It's beautiful. It's amazing. I bought this one from... I can't remember if I bought it from Brazil or I did buy it from Classic Football Shirts. I think I got it from Classic Football Shirts because they dropped a few. No, I bought it from Brazil, but then the Classic Football Shirts dropped some. So yeah, that's a beautiful shirt. A lot of people would probably put that top, and you know what? Fair enough. I don't blame them. Next we have... there we go. Yes, it is the Valentine's Day Napoli shirt. It's a terrible shirt. It is. I mean, why? Look, is it necessary? No, not whatsoever. But I think a football shirt collection, if you really want it to become something that's notable, you can't just have beautiful shirts. You can't just have rare shirts. You can't just have meaningful shirts. You've got to have the shirts that get the people speaking. And this is definitely one of those. Voted one of the worst shirts, and I understand it, but it's just terrible. That's the way I had to have it. And similar to the Lazio one, it comes in this lovely box which emphasises the lips on the front there. Of course, Emporio Armani manufactured there. Pretty cool. Now, here we go. Toronto FC third shirt from the season that's just finished. So technically this is also another pink shirt. I mean, if you look at it from the back, certainly a pink shirt, but it has this sort of very vibrant, this carnival festival style going on the front. It has a lot of centralized logos, which typically I'm not a huge fan of, and I think I've seen leaks of the new Inter Miami home shirt, which seems to be following the same pattern. Not too overly stoked about that one, but this one I had to grab up. I love the vibrancy. Of course, I bought this one from MLS, from America. It is the player spec. It was not cheap whatsoever, but if you're going to do something, I suppose why not go the full hog and get everything that possibly exists. So yeah, that's an amazing shirt. Next we have, talking of player specs, we have another shirt that is player spec. And it's the Red Bull Salzburg, the 10 Championship celebratory shirt, of course, released at the end of last season when they secured their 10th in a row. It's black and gold. Again, it's the colour scheme they use when they really want to celebrate. Now, it follows that Nike template, which actually works quite well when you just use a single colour, in my opinion. Everything is all lovely and nice and transferred. Got the Red Bulls. Now, I do have the little patch, which I should have bought and have it applied. I've got it separately. The reason why it's a relatively simple design, and that's sometimes useful, but it also came in this. This is a massive box. Beautiful box, well put together, possibly my favourite box. And if I open it up very carefully, because if you can see it, firstly we have 2 special edition Red Bull cans celebrating that particular period. There's the patch that I need to apply. And then it has all of this information here talking about the sort of titles and the winning, etc. It's just a lovely bit of detail. Had to buy that one again directly from the club. Limited special. It's a great shirt. It really is. Now we're back in Italy, and it's Palermo. So again, it's a pink shirt, but it's not really a pink shirt. I mean, I could have gone for the home shirt, which Palermo, when you think of pink football teams, that is the team that kind of jumps at the top of your list. But this one I went for the third shirt because I just love the design. It's got that streetwear inspired design. You've got the skulls, you've got the flowers. I had to buy this one directly from Italy once again, mainly so I get the sponsors on the front. I thought it'd look a little bit weird if it didn't have it there. Clearly they've designed it with that in mind. Kappa, beautiful stuff. It's got the gold little trims. It's an amazing shirt. Though to be honest, Puma have done pretty decent stuff for them this season. Now we have a shirt again that I showed you very recently. It's the Santos third shirt. The reason why this one is better than the Fluminense one is because I just prefer the design. I love the carp. It's just so vibrant. It stands out. It's amazing. It has that Japanese sort of inspiration. Now the season's not been great for the club. They were relegated for the first time ever. But if there's anything that stands out for that particular season, I'd say probably it's their third shirt. So again, bought directly from Brazil. Lovely shirt. Now a club that probably none of us knew existed or weren't familiar with until we saw the shirt released. And it's that one. It's beautiful. It's Ulthai Thani FC from Thailand. And you've got this beautiful sort of design on the front there with all those animals and the nature, which I can only imagine is from the area itself. Kelme, they know how to make a beautiful shirt. I would love to add more stuff. It's just difficult to find them making shirts that you can actually buy from. It's got a beautiful colour scheme. It's almost like a creamy white, probably because the lighting is not particularly amazing. It's blue. You've got a simple sponsor. I think I've seen a lot of people with this shirt. I don't blame them. It's in their top 10, and rightly so. This next one, if you know, you know. If you've not seen my stuff before, you might be thinking, why is this shirt here? It's not a particularly well-designed shirt. And I'll admit, it's fairly simple. But the reason why this one's here, and it was a difficult position for me to place it, because I really wanted to put it number 1, is because I'm on this shirt. I'm on this shirt right there. So this shirt was released, and it comes in a box, which I won't even show you because it's ridiculously large, unnecessarily large. This is a limited edition, special edition, so I say, not limited, because it's their home shirt for this season, the club's East Fife. But people, fans, were given the opportunity to pay a little bit of money and have their name screen printed into the design, and that's what I did. And it arrived, and I'm front and centre right there. It's amazing. I'm always going to be in the history of this club. It's interesting seeing like images released from the club's social media, and I just see my name there. It took a long time to arrive. It changed manufacturers. The box is, again, too unnecessarily big. Comes with a scarf and a pin. But yeah, such an amazing purchase that was. So that's pretty cool. Now, we're in the top 5. Here it is. It's Nuremberg. And it's their Mensch shirt that was released towards the... Well, it was more, I think it was the one in the last game before the World Cup. And it was sort of a comment on the actual World Cup itself. Mensch effectively means humanity, humankind. And it's their way of saying how the Qatar World Cup was sort of purchased and sort of built using people who were definitely allowed to be there and wanted to be there. It's a whiteout shirt with just the exception of that particular slogan on the front. It's from when I'm speaking with the fans, wasn't a super popular one, but I suppose it's a weird one. Also, and it's the last one I'm going to show you of it. It comes in a beautiful box. It comes in this way amazing box, and comes with more information and everything there. It's beautiful. Again, I had to get some help with a friend who lives in Germany, an amazing person. Always very grateful for any assistance, and we're going to have some shirts arriving at some point this year that will be in the same vein. Now we're in the top 4. Here we go. Selangor, team from Malaysia. It's their 3rd shirt from this season, 2023. I just love shirts like this. You've seen possibly my Pacific FC, the Canadian shirt, and the Club America 3rd shirt. Very similar style. It's this black and white, though I'd say this is more a little bit more navy and white. And it has these designs, sort of all this local culture to do with football and sort of community and celebrations and winning, etc. You've got the flags as you would usually find on these Malaysian shirts. And again, I had to get help from my friend who lives in Malaysia. And it's a beautiful shirt. Joma, again, when they make a good shirt, they make a really good shirt. Again, it's a shirt I've not seen at all in the UK. So I kind of like the fact that there's not many floating around. If you get an opportunity to grab one, I would do, because it's just beautiful, especially when paired with the other 2 shirts that are similar. Now we're in the top 3. And if I'm honest, this is probably a top 3 that's correct. I just didn't really know how to organise them. So, 3rd place, we have this one. No, it's not the Hanover shirt again, though it's very similar. We have Sparta Rotterdam. It's their 3rd shirt from last season. And it was technically a limited special shirt. It's a 3rd shirt. It wasn't limited to a particular number, but it was released in respect to one of their, I suppose, their most famed fans. So it's the Jules Deelder shirt. He was a man who's famed for wearing black, hence the reason why this is a blackout shirt. He was a local sort of celebrity artist, writer, and he's got some of his work there on the bottom. It's just the small details that put this one above the Hanover one. It's Robe. They make some amazing shirts. I added a few more of their shirts this year. I could have added them to this list. But this was the one that stood out the most. Again, I had to get help from 2 people from this one to get it sent from the Netherlands to the UK, and then the person from the UK up to where I am. So again, grateful for all of the assistance there. Another shirt that you don't see floating around too often. Very pleased with that one. Top 2. Great shirts. Here we go. Yes, there it is. Red Bull New York. It's their 3rd shirt from the season that's just been finished, 2023. It's the hip hop shirt. So similar to the Toronto, I purchased it at the same time, bought directly from the MLS store. So it comes with the patches. This is the player version. Has a little detailing that you won't see on the stadium. You can get the stadium versions of these shirts and the Toronto in the UK. But I thought, you know what? Let's just go for it. It's a beautiful shirt. If I can say that I have the best version of it, then I think that's how I'd like it to be. It was a tough one. I really want this one to be top, but it's a very cool design. I was going to say unique design, but I actually have a shirt that I've got to show you. It has a similar design. You may know what that might be off the top of your head. If not, I don't think it's quite as in your face as this one, but it replaced a Red Bull shirt that I had already. And yeah, it's just beautiful. Number 1. If you watched all my videos, maybe you're thinking, I would probably put this one or that one. It's difficult to remember. I can't remember, so I don't expect you to remember. This one, I think it was probably always going to be number 1. And when I have it in my hands, it's beautiful. And I think it'll appeal to everybody. And there we go. It, of course, is the SC Bari, the LC23 limited edition shirt, the throwback, the Human Centipede shirt. Kappa, this is Kappa all over. This shirt is both a beautiful contemporary shirt, but also feels and looks like a beautiful vintage classic shirt. This, if you were to find this on an image of someone from the 90s, you wouldn't look out of place. Again, it's a limited shirt. I think the number's down here. Number 722 out of 1501. Not many of them. More so than some of them. But it's just so nice. I honestly wasn't expecting it to be this good. It got released with a goalkeeper shirt, which was a similar design, and some possibly other just general team wear. If you got anything of this, you've definitely done well, because it's just amazing. So yeah, that was it. That is my number one shirt. If I had to pick one, just one, and return the rest, I'd pick this one for sure. But there we go. That is it. There's 20 shirts there. In all honesty, I think those, for contemporary football shirts, some of the best shirts that were released over the last year/2 years. So that's it, really. I wonder what 2024 is going to bring. I suppose technically I've got plenty of shirts from 2023 to show you still, which I think will certainly be in this year's sort of overall view. Yeah, I want to know what your favourite shirts that you added to your collection were. Give me your top 5 if you have 5. Because obviously I like the current ones. I know a lot of people do like to collect the vintage stuff. I'm always interested to know what are the sort of ones you're looking for. Maybe it's ones for the team you support. I did add a few Chelsea shirts, mainly the current season ones, but I added a few of the older ones to plug up some of those gaps. I really still need to get this season's shirts. I'm just a bit worried that some of the players might leave in January, so I'm going to probably wait till the end of the month and then pick them up then. So that's it, really. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed filming it. I enjoyed prepping it. I think I'm probably going to leave them there for a bit so I can quite enjoy them before I hide them away once again. So yeah, hope you have a great weekend ahead, and let's see what we do for 2024. Thank you as always for watching my videos. I appreciate that they are, they are what they are, I suppose, at the end of the day. Everything you comment, I read, and everything you sort of like, share, whatever it is, I absolutely appreciate. And if you do get involved in the procuring of these shirts, then genuinely you are all superstars. So that's it. I'll see you on Tuesday. I wonder what I'm going to show you. Goodbye.